Hi everybody, welcome to this quick 9 playthrough for the date that is now displayed on the screen. Remember to check the tournament times so that you have time to play all of your holes. Please hit thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Timestamps for all the holes in the video description down below. Bear in mind these are general wind conditions you will need to tweak according to the directions you face in the quick 9. And remember, some of these are old replays, so feature the old ball attribute levels. Good luck, here we go. Another excellent opportunity to get on the green in one, and you are going to see some hole-in-ones on this one as well, I guarantee it. Going with a power 5 ball, 2.5 backspin, 2 bars left spin. You might need to vary the backspin amount depending on your wind angle and your wind strength, but I'm stretching out there to find my position, going with max distance of the extra mile level 8. APOC is good here as well, of course. I'm adjusting max and I'm adjusting 10% elevation, pushing the rings because otherwise the trees will be in the way. Pushing back up and then going with a 3/4 ball curl to the left. This shot will be difficult in headwind, so you might need to lay up on the left-hand side of the map and approach from a little bit more distance. But any form of tailwind and maybe even crosswind with overpower, you can get on the green here, and we want to be putting for the eagle and maybe getting that lucky hole-in-one. Alright, here, as this is from tournament, I'm going to go with the big topper. If you don't have that club or you're playing tour play, go with a driver with 6 bars of topspin instead. You can still play a no-move target. Extra mile will put you further up, and apocalypse, which will work fine. But here with the big topper, max topspin, 1 bar side spin to the right. Adjust max distance, no elevation. Does take us into overpower. I would recommend adding 1 ring on as well. We do want to get a bit more distance, and a little bit of curl to the right. So about 1.5 rings overpower. Hit perfect with this one, and what we want to happen here is to bounce over, and you'll see here we get an extra little roll, a bit of a glitch roll, which gives us about 15-20 yards more distance. Anywhere around 370 going to be absolutely fine. Once again, this is from tournament play, so I am packing the Guardian on this one because I do want to try and get Albatross for the tournament scorecard. Max backspin, 1/2 bar of side spin to the right. Setting up here with the second bounce, 1 square to the left and 1 square higher than the cup. That is because the wind, crosswind with a headwind, will push us back towards the pin area. Here I am playing exactly between minimum and medium distance, 10% elevation. So this is 25% slider, 10% elevation. Perfect ball away. We're not going to drop this every single time with a perfect, but we are going to get close. Just a little bit of a tweak needed there, but perfect speed on the rollback. This par 3 is very tough. We must have that said to begin with. We're going to add spin first, and we're using the rocket. 6 backspin and 1 left spin. In low winds, you could go with a navigator, but just to prevent pulling into overpower, I would suggest a power 2 or power 3 ball. You want the blue ring touching the bunker in both places, on the bottom left and the bottom right. Make sure you get that landing position correct. And then with spin added, you would see the ball guide as I did in the video. The adjustment is minimum distance, 30% elevation, power 2 settings. This will need a little bit of a tweak, but even with plenty of practice on this one, it's not a guarantee you're going to drop it. This is an exceptionally difficult pin placement on this par 3. Maybe a little bit more backspin there. 1 more click, we'd have got that in for the hole-in-one. Final par 5 now, and first of all, in crosswind with a slight tailwind, I investigate the left side here, which is where I'm playing in rookie, with 4.5 topspin and 1 bar left spin, but even then I'm going to need considerable overpower. So perhaps in tailwind that is a route to investigate, but if you've got crosswind predominantly or any headwind, I'm going to play over here towards the bunker on the right. And the good thing about this route is you can use the rock, which is good for ball guide and accuracy, because you want a bit of ball guide here. This slopes downhill, so don't go too giddy with the topspin. In the end, I go with just less than 1 bar here, and it is just about okay. Obviously, rock level 8 and 9 will help you in headwind. If not, you're going to have to switch and go with the distance driver. But you can still always find your initial position with the rock, so you use the full ball guide. Max plus 10. And then we're going with the shot as shown. Topspin takes us nicely down the slope, and you can see it gathers a bit of pace there, but parks up just before the rough. 340 yards around there. Going to be absolutely fine. Now, if we get to that distance, you've got a shot with the sniper, which is always good for increasing your chances of dropping a shot from distance with a wood club, because we want the ball guide. Here, I would recommend you play 25% elevation true club distance. So look at the plus yards. We've got a tutorial about min, mid and max and using the slider. That will help you dial in your adjustments here. In the video, I played with 20% elevation and you will see it's just a little bit under adjusted. So in this wind angle, I just say another 5% on the shot would have probably got me in. Using the plus yards, finding out my club distance, setting slider accordingly. TC on the notepad, it means true club distance. Perfect ball away and we bounce nicely on the fairway, the spin grabs. Lovely speed on this one, but just look at that, curves away at the end, so a little bit more on the adjust, we've got the albatross. Okay, we do have crosswind with a little bit of headwind here as well, so I'm going to go with a kingmaker to cut the wind down. There was a good chance. 1 bar of top spin, 3 bars side spin to the left. So 1 top spin, 3 left spin. You can see the landing position there. Take careful note of that, the position of the yellow ring and the ball guide. Adjustment here is 1 on 1. That is equivalent to mid plus 10, power 3. So 4.7 in wind, 4.7 rings. Then we are going to take our shot. We're aiming in the middle of the rough. I've only tested this with perfect balls. I do believe a minor great should still be fine, but of course we do want to try and hit perfect for the best chance of dropping it. Comes in with a nice speed and we sneak this one in very beautifully for on this par 3. We're going to use a berserker here to try and get close to green with the big topper. We want to add a max top spin with as much left spin possible with keeping the max top spin. Then we find our position with the bullseye over the rough line at P5 max with a big top at level 5. And then we're going to adjust max distance, 10% elevation, power 5 numbers. Once we've done that, I'm going to make a small push-up here. And that is going to be a 3-ring push-up with this club level, equivalent to about 13 or 14 yards. Then I'm going with a 1.5 ball left curl, and just before the circle drops as the overpower reference. Of course, with the big topper, it's important to try and hit perfect. You want to bounce once on the fairway, and then second bounce in the rough, and then rolling down here towards the green. Might need some tweaks based on wind strength and wind angle. And this one is going to be tricky from the second tee. It's a lot easier from rookie division due to the angle. Going to play with between 4 and 5 backspin with the grizzly and a load of side spin to the left. Kingmaker is going to be needed here, really, because that bunker is very inconveniently placed right in the way of the green where we would normally want to bounce. Setting spins as shown. And the adjustment here is mid distance plus 25 elevation. Mid plus 25. Might need to rethink this approach if having headwind. It's going to be one of those where there's going to be a few ways to play this depending what clubs and spins and shots you want to play. But here is a very nice hole-in-one in this wind angle. The backspin grabs and we hit the pin and it drops for the hole-in-one to finish on hole number 9. Thanks very much for watching. Use whatever driver gives you 6 topspin. I'm going with the slightly more accurate club of the APOC level 4. Stretch out, have the ball touching the rough line at max. Max topspin, 2 bars side spin to the right. Adjust maximum distance. No elevation here, no elevation at all. Now here I am going to push up to max with the APOC 4, but then in the end I decided to take 2 yards off, and that's based on wind strength. If you do have wind over 8 miles an hour, I will be taking more yards off your push-up, because otherwise you will roll too long and risk getting a glitch roll into the little bit of curl to the right, not too much though, we don't want to endanger the trees. And a perfect ball with max overpower is just okay, sneaks past the bunker. There, I've done a couple of tests on this one. Perfect ball has always been fine. Reaching the fringe there, use your preferred chipping method. Enbringer School will play at 20%. On the drive here, we're going to play max plus 10 power 3. We're going to add spin, 4.5 top spin, 2 bars of side spin to the left. And then we're having the ring placement as follows. Half of the red ring inside the rough on the right, at top of plus 14 with extra mile 8, and P3 max distance with extra mile level 6 and 7. Extra mile 9 is top of plus 13 if you're lucky enough to have that one unlocked. Max plus 10, and then I'm going with a circle drop overpower and outer wall curl to the left, just to make sure I get enough distance on this drive. If in practice you find yourself coming up short, then just add a click or two of overpower, but you want to get that nice little roll towards the top of this tree shadow with a clear line to the pin. Second shot, I'm giving you a tweak based on the miss in the video. To find our position here, what I'm doing is finding the minimum distance line and then pushing up to have the blue ring touching the bunker with the ball guide through the hole. Then I'm adding spin as required. It will vary, but you should need approximately 3 back spin, maybe a little bit of side spin, getting the ball going to the front of the cup. In the video I played this one min plus 5, however this was under adjusted, so as a tweak I would suggest you go min plus 10. As you can see, I can't pull rings to adjust because those trees are in the way, so we have to unfortunately push rings to adjust in this scenario. Try and be as accurate as you can, and with the tweak on the notepad this should get you in, or indeed very, very close for the albatross. You can tweak it again if needed, but min plus 10 would be my suggestion here. Alternatively, you could work out a rings from min approach, but you're going to be close with minimum distance, 10% elevation. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.